All right, Shalom. This is Power Thumb and the Great Millstone Houston Camp back with another lesson to edify the elect of the nation of Israel. So before I begin, as always, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak the ones to the other apostles and the bishops of the Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation unto the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all Israelites scattered abroad who have received His truth and will continue to endure in the truth unto the end. The same should be saved by our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach when they come, Him and the angels. All right, rhino so-called UFOs to destroy and take out of power our enemies, which are you Edomites, all right, and the rest of you heathen nations, all right, and set up the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of Yahweh, all right, given to His son Yahweh Shai, all right, and the Israelites being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. So I want to go into this lesson, Lord willing. This lesson is edifying. I want to start here in Zechariah. All right, let me see if I can find it. Zechariah, all right, 11 and 5. And I was inspired by watching the elder Manata Zakba lesson about those Edomites, all right, complaining about, how the Israelites have been treated by so-called white people, which are Edomites. And on the flip side, how Edomites are justifying the murder and oppression upon the Israelites from the Edomites. And of course, that's what they're supposed to do. All right, because when we get you in the kingdom, we're going to judge you in righteousness, and we will not have pity upon you, neither will any Israelite. All right, so Edomites doing what they're supposed to do, be proud, all right? But there's one that's coming to judge you, which hands you're not able to escape. This is Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. They that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich. Their own shepherds pity them not. All right, so who are possessors? You Edomites. And who sold us? You Edomites, you so-called white people on the auction blocks. All right, started with the Northern Kingdom, with the Central and South Americans being sold to the European countries. All right, and then went to the Southern Kingdom, which was a so-called Negroes, was Indians and Haitians sold during the slave trade. All right, so you Edomites, you are possessors, and that's prophesied about in Lamentations 4 and 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. All right, so Esau is going to get judged. He's going to drink of that cup, which that cup is the curses and slavery. All right, and this is under the rulership of the Israelites. And it says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sin. So he is Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He's going to deliver us from under the hand of these Edomites. All right. That's why it says, when our punishment and our iniquity is accomplished, when we've paid for what we've done wrong, which is breaking the first covenant, all right, and they'll deliver the elect that has faith in Yahweh Shai. Okay, these Edomites, they're going to receive their judgment. Okay. See, let's go from there to Jeremiah chapter 49. Okay, in verse 10, and it reads, behold, Salakia, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not. So ultimately, these Edomites, they're going to be a no people. All right, like we was a no people. But unlike us, they ain't making a comeback. They're going to be done away with forever. But the starting point of this is making Esau bare, bringing out the truth, right, through these scriptures. Okay, well, from these scriptures through the Spirit, and exposing Esau, the so-called white people, for who they really are. All right. It says, verse 11, leave the fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let the widows trust in me. For thus said Yahweh of hosts, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And what is that cup? Again, the curses, slavery. All right, and that's the position we as Israelites are in, and we're being moved out of the position of being at the bottom and suffering under these curses. And Esau is moving in our position, and we're moving in Esau's position. According to biblical prophecies, Edomites, they're ruling the world. We're going to be the next rulers up. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. All right. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. All right. So when our captivity is being turned to our salvation, Esau's heaven is being turned into his hell. Okay. So Esau will have us in captivity, but there's going to be a change in the places. Jeremiah 49:13, for I have sworn by myself, said Yahweh, that Basra shall be a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be a perpetual waste. All right, that's to America. Let me go over here to Revelation chapter 13, and let me see, this verse 7, and it reads, and it was given unto him, who's the him? The him is the one that makes up the beast system, which are you Edomites, all right, in these different countries, all right, with these different kingdoms, okay, because it started with a beast that had 7 heads and 10 horns, and it was like a leopard, which represents the Greek Empire, and it was a dragon. All right, it had the mouth of a lion, okay, which is London City. The dragon, this verse 2, is the Roman Empire, all right, because America is built off the political, all right, and legislative system or government system of the ancient Roman Empire. All right, so we're talking about Edomites, so-called white people. All right, the Greeks, the Romans, the mouth like a lion, which is Great Britain. All right, because those elite Edomites, those Zionists, that's what they at. All right, so the super elite, the elite bankers. Okay, so going all the way down, since we got context of who we're talking about, verse 7, and it was given unto him, you Edomites, to make war with the saints. All right, and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues. And they so Esau rule the world. Okay, and while he's ruling the world, his main target of oppression and war are the saints, which are the Israelites. All right, I'm going to jump in all the way to verse 9. Well, just skipping a verse. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So you made war with the saints. When you made war with the saints, you overcame us. All right, that's cool. As the scripture said in verse 7, you overcame us. You won. All right, now we're prisoners of war. And what do you do with POWs? Put them in captivity. So we was led into captivity. All right, you kicked our ass in Central South America or West Coast of Africa mainly, and in America. Okay, you led us into captivity. We're still in captivity unto this day. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, and use your superior weapons that the Most High gave you as a blessing all the way in Genesis 27 chapter. Okay, you killed us with the sword, advanced weaponry. Now you got the modern weapons. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay, so you led us into captivity, you shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith The other saints. So we were waiting on the big payback. All right, we were waiting on the tables to turn. All right. So you Edomites right now, you braggadocious. You got it, bro. All right. The Lord is coming to bring justice. We don't want to hear none of that complaining. Okay. This is Obadiah 1. And let's see. Okay, give me a sec. Obadiah 1:10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Esau's violence against Jacob. This happened back in history, and it's happening now. All right. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You ain't coming back. All right. So let's jump down. Forever means forever. After your 1,000 years of slavery, forever means forever. All right. This is Obadiah 1:15. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. This is World War III. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. So what goes around comes around. All right, all you nations gonna get it, because all you nations touch the Most High's chosen people. For as you have drunk upon my holy mountain, you extorted us, you used us, you sucked us dry. So shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow it down. Is that being in slavery, suffering them curses, and they shall be as though they had not been. It's gonna be like y'all niggas was never in power. How could we imagine y'all niggas in power, seeing the state that you gonna be in? All right, it's gonna be like the Egyptians. You ain't looking at the Egyptians like they, so-called Egyptian, Montezarium, right? As they was the ancient, Egyptians back in the day, ruling, the known world, being the chief hub of economics and of wisdom and power and might. But upon Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessors. Love it, man. Obadiah 1:18. The house of Jacob should be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. All right. Bad news. We're going to be the bad news bears, the bad news Hebrews on that ass. In the house of Jacob the house of Esau for a stubble. Let me read that again. The house of Jacob should be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. Jacob and Joseph represents the Israelites. And the house of Esau for a stubble. Right? And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it. All right. So it ain't a lie, it's true. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is not a man that he shall lie. Okay. And we're going all the way to the bank with this one. All the way to the spiritual bank with it. All right. Get it? No, I'm playing. This is Jeremiah 50:7. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we will fear not, because they have sinned against Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. Okay? So Yahweh is our hope. He's going to bring justice. All right? But you Edomites, you're saying, and all of you heathen nations, believe that the Lord is not going to do anything, because we have sinned against him, not knowing that he's have preserved the elect in these last days to hear the truth and receive mercy. And that's why you're trying to stop this truth. All right? Because this is the end of the rope for you. It's the end of the line for you Edomites and you heathens. All right. Let's see. This is Zechariah 9:13. When I have bent Judah for me, the southern kingdom, filled the bow with Ephraim, the northern kingdom, and raised up thou sons, O Zion, against thou sons, O Greece, you Edomites, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man, executing judgment upon you Edomites. All right? This is what the future beholds. And nobody's expecting this. All right? But we are. Okay? So, yep. Let's see. I'm scrolling through some good precepts over here. But I'm about to wrap it up. This is Isaiah 59:4. None calleth for justice, none nor any pleaded for truth. They trust in vanity, speak lies, they conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. All right? As you Edomites and you Israelites. Okay? Let's see. It's Jeremiah 31:23. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, as yet they shall use this speech in the land of Judah and in the cities thereof, when I shall bring again their captivity. All right, bring again mean take it away, and bring it back. All right, take it off of us, please, Baba Kushah. Yahweh bless thee, O habitation of justice and mountain of holiness. So what is true justice? Getting out from under the hand of you Edomites. Okay? And paying you back for what you've done unto us. That's true justice. Alright? Let's see. Yep, this is Ecclesiastes 5:8. If thou seest the oppression of the poor, us the Israelites, and the violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, right? What's a province? Okay, they applies to you Edomites and you Israelites, right? Judgmentship, that is jurisdiction, all right? District, a region, right? We're under Esau's jurisdiction in district. Let's see. The official power to make legal decisions and judgments. All right, and we're being falsely accused by Edomites, right? Because they're doing worse than we are. All right, they're perverting judgment. They're the wicked of the planet. All right, but want to point the finger at us, the Israelites. You got a lot to pay for, E. You got a lot to pay for. If thou seest the oppression of the poor and the violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter. For he that is higher than the highest regarded, and there be higher than they. So the true judge is going to judge you Edomites. I'm heading off right there, Lord willing. This lesson was edifying, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Shalom.